In this video, we're gonna be going over the tools that you need in order to find a great realtor, the importance of a great realtor, and then lastly and most importantly, what are the questions that you can ask that's gonna give you confidence that the person that you hire is actually gonna do a great job for you? All right, so let's talk about the tools to finding your realtor. Where are the two places that you're most likely to find a realtor? Number one is gonna be a referral from someone that you know, you like, and you trust. And then number two is gonna be online. So those are the things that we're gonna be going over here. Now, I want you to think about hiring a realtor in a different light. Think about if you were going to be having brain surgery, or if you were gonna be going to court. How would you find a lawyer? How would you find your doctor? Or how would you find a lawyer? I know it's a little crazy, but this is the same tenacity that you need to be using whenever you're searching for a home. This is usually the largest asset that most people will purchase in their life. And so you don't wanna just be doing this willy-nilly and frivolously, all right? You wanna go out and you wanna do your due diligence on who you hire, and you wanna know that they're gonna do the best job for you. All right, so number one is gonna be a referral. Now, one question that I always ask all of my clients is how do you know an agent is gonna do a good job for you? And usually the thing that I'm told is, I get a referral. It's someone that somebody else has used. And I would say realtors are notorious for not answering their phone, and they're notorious for not communicating. So a referral is gonna tell you that, for one, that agent's gonna take care of you and they're gonna communicate with you. But the one thing you don't know is if that agent is actually gonna do a good job for you. And so you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video for the questions that you're gonna be able to ask agents to make sure you feel confident that they're gonna do a good job for you. And then secondly, you're gonna go online, because everything is online now, right? And so I'm gonna tell you the number one mistake most people make is they come online here and they're gonna start looking at houses because the number one site for searching for houses is Zillow. If you are actually wanting to preview a property, go look at a property, do not do it on Zillow, because depending on how you signed up with Zillow, they've got all your information, and all Zillow is doing is selling your information to the highest bidder. I want to drive that point home because a lot of folks don't know that. They get upset because now they're getting all these calls from all these agents. Your information is being sold to the highest bidder. So you want to go to the agent's website that you know, like for instance, boltrealestategroup.com. Go to boltrealestategroup.com. You can search every single home that is on the market right now, and it's actually accurate because our account is directly tied to the MLS. So that's how you're gonna get the most accurate, up-to-date information, and you're gonna keep from having your information sold to other agents that you don't know. The next thing is, what are you looking for whenever you are reaching out and looking for a realtor online now as well? You wanna look at reviews. You wanna look at their online presence. If the agent that you're looking to work with is not online now, things have changed. More than likely, they have not moved into the century that we are in at the moment. Websites and online presence and all that used to be an anomaly, but now it's the ordinary. Take a look at the reviews. Where does this person have multiple reviews on multiple sites, all their reviews on one site? I mean, we're all used to looking at reviews now, right? So you can walk through and you'll be able to see the reviews that resonate with you. And once you find someone that you think is a good fit, then we're gonna be moving into, actually interviewing that agent. All right, now let's move into the importance of having a good realtor. The realtor, whenever you're buying or selling a house, is the most important individual that you're gonna work with. They're different from your loan officer. They're different from your inspector. They're different from the appraiser. They're different from the title officer. And the reason why they're different is because your agent is the person that is helping you through the entire transaction. Your realtor is your fiduciary, and what that means is that they actually have to do what's in your best interest. That's why it's important for you to have a great realtor. All right, if you're getting any value from this video, I want you to consider hitting that like button and then also subscribing and then hitting that bell notification. All right, so now let's get to the most important part of the video. What are the questions that you should be asking a realtor before you actually hire them. Now, I am gonna go off on a limb here and I am gonna say that you should be interviewing agents whenever you're thinking about buying or selling a home. Now, what that doesn't mean though is that you should be talking to multiple agents. What you should be doing is hiring one agent and then having that agent help you. Because if you're working with multiple agents, it's just gonna get cloudy and you're not gonna get the best service that you actually need. The first question that you need to ask is, how long have you been in real estate? Now, this is a strategic question. And so you want to listen to their answer, right? It's not the number of years, it's the way they answer the question. Because I know you probably in your job, you've got someone who's been in the business for 30, 40 years, and honestly, they're not better than someone who just recently got into the business. Because someone who just got in, if they're hungry and they're getting after it and they're really persistent, they might actually do a better job than someone who's been in for 20, 30, 40 years, right? And so the way they answer this question is really what you want to be looking at whenever you are asking this question. Are you full-time or are you part-time? I know it sounds crazy to ask this question, but there are a lot of part-time realtors out there. And so you want to be working with someone this is their sole job. If they're putting food on the table, they're gonna be full-time. Number 3 is gonna be, how many homes have you sold in the past 12 months? Now, you'd probably be surprised, but the average agent only sells like 2 to 5 homes in a year. Like it's really crazy. But the thing I would tell you is you wanna find an agent that at least sells 12 homes a year. You wanna find the best. Like I said, this is gonna be one of the biggest assets that you'll ever purchase in your life. So you wanna make sure you get a professional that is going to be able to help you. All right, the next question you wanna ask is, how many clients are you currently working with at the moment? And so the reason why this is important is because you can only be in so many places at one time, right? And so if you talk to someone, they tell you they're working with 10 people currently, you gotta think about what their availability is actually gonna be whenever they're working with you. And so if they're working with multiple people, 3, maybe 4 at one time, but once you get past that, sometimes it gets a little bit hairy. So that can be on your own judgment, thinking about how are they gonna be able to service you if they're working with so many clients. And that'll be an additional follow-up question that you might want to ask them if you don't like the answer that you get initially. And then lastly, the question you want to ask is, am I gonna be working with you individually, or do you have a team that you work with? And the reason why this is important, especially depending on the last question that we just asked, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. And if someone is a single agent, they can't work with as many clients as they could as if they had a team. And so with the team, you're going to be working with someone in every step of the process, right? And it's gonna be basically moving through like a well-oiled machine. And so if an agent is doing all of those jobs, they're working individually, they're not gonna be able to work with as many people as someone who is working on a team. And so you'll still get intimate service because the agent will be there with you through the whole thing, but they've got plans and steps and processes in place to be able to walk you through the process all the way to the finish line. Now, if you need any help moving to the Midland area, feel free to reach out to me. You can give me a call directly, we can schedule a Zoom call, you can email me, text me, however you like to communicate, or you can simply just put a comment down below.